Hi, I'm Diego, the ERGA Sequencing and Assembly Committee Coordinator, and I will talk you about a nice thing we produce in hopefully 8 minutes. This is about a decentralized method for community reviewing BioGenomes. So, yeah. So the reality that we face in our project, and I think this is extensive to many others, is that the genome production is distributed across different sequencing centers and institutes and labs in different countries. All these colleagues are working on many different genera, using a variety of combinations of sequencing technologies, producing different throughputs and qualities, and using their own selection of tools and pipelines to process and evaluate this data. So there is a lot of variability about how to get there, but at least we know where we want to go. We want to produce high-quality reference genomes. And importantly, we know what a high-quality genome should look like, okay? We define this using the EUP assembly standards. The standards are flexible. This is the B5, now we have the V6, so I will update this soon. But yeah, I was telling you that the standards are flexible and they adapt to the sample source and taking into consideration the organism type. Don't see this as an impossible thing to achieve. So we need something to help us to quickly assess the quality of genome assembly in a standardized way, but something that all the different persons involved would like to use. So the solution should not be imposed. The solution should be agreed. And ideally, a solution should come from the community. So at the ERGA, we place the community at the center. A lot of what we do is related to community building, providing places to exchange ideas, presenting new methods and updates, let people show what they have, drop questions, and so on. Examples of this are initiatives like the Summer Sample Clinic or the workflow that the community is contributing in Workflow Hub. This is something that Chiara mentioned. And we want to consolidate and expand this network. We want the community to produce useful things for all. So we asked the community which QC outputs are essential to evaluate quality of a genome assembly, keeping it simple based on widely used tools. And with all this information, we produce the ERGA assembly report, the ER. It's a standardized PDF showing relevant information to confirm that the required quality is met. So this is what the ER looks like. The PDF is a simple report, always in order, contains information from different sources, not from the curator, retrieves data from Go, from NCBI, presenting agreed metrics and analysis, a link to a high-sync contact map. And this is the other part, showing cadence plots, contamination screening, the tools that person used. And we have a wiki where we explain everything about this PDF and how to create one. And please check it. And we provide a script to do it on your computer or server or to add it to your existing pipelines. And also with the fantastic collaboration of Saim from the Freiburg team, we ported this into Galaxy, so you can extremely easily do this on Galaxy. So you need to run all the QC programs on your assembly and using this to generate the report based on all those outputs. Okay, so now we have these standardized reports to help us to decide if a genome is high quality. So the next thing we need is a reviewing system. We need to connect this report produced by a researcher or a sequencing team that did the assembly with an external reviewer that will look the report and will confirm that it is good. So what we did, again, trying to keep it simple but robust and with the feedback from the community, we came up with a system that happens inside GitHub, so everything is open, transparent, and traceable. So to start the process, a researcher opens a pull request to the ERGA GitHub repository with the PDF of the assembly review, to the assembly 2 review. And that pull request becomes an isolated conversation for that assembly where everything will happen. If all is good, the report will be approved, and you are good to go to upload your genome to ENA or another repository. And if not, together, we will try to fix the issue and until everything is good and you can upload your genome. So all this reviewing process will involve the following participants in this conversation: a researcher, the person that is behind the process, behind the genome assembly and submits the report; a bot that will handle many tasks during the process; a supervisor that will jump in if needed, providing moderation and overseeing stuff and other functions; and of course, a reviewer that is going to be the person that will check the report and ask questions or clarifications to the researcher if necessary. And again, all these people are from the community, doing things for the community. The bot is not a person, but a person was instrumental in its implementation. This was Arash, again, from the Galaxy team in Freiburg, led by Björn Grönig. So the process looks like this. The researcher opens a pull request, adding the PDF to the assembly review, and the conversation starts. The bot is going to run some checks, add a tag, communicate with the researcher, and call the supervisor. And here you can see a real example. Like this is from Benjamin from Genoscope. He sent an ear for this species. I think it was a seagrass. And yeah, it goes as I told you. Conversation goes in an open and traceable way. And then after the supervisor accepts, the bot is going to call a reviewer from a different institution, from a pool of reviewers from the community. This is the list that you can see here. To keep things fair and balanced, the selection is based on points that change with the amount of reviews that a person did, how many PDF that person institution sent for another to review, also based on the last review done. So if an institution is asking frequently for someone to review assemblies, it is more likely that a person from that institute will be called when someone needs an assembly, okay? Then when the reviewer accepts, it's assigned to that report, and we'll check that year and look at the contact map, and we'll drop a message according to what is found. Here, Sarah from Sanger is pointing out some things to improve. And as you can see here, the process is very dynamic. It goes back and forth, the chat. You can attach images to explain your point. And very importantly, we are seeing that this is very educational and transferring knowledge. It's doing a lot for balancing the knowledge among partners. So finally, the reviewer approves the report, and the supervisor adds the PDF to the stable repository of reports, and the researcher is good to go to upload the genome to ENA, okay? So in addition to the assembly that is now available on ENA, you will have the year as a PDF in the stable repository of reports with curation information, and also all the conversation that happens during the review, providing context. Everything traceable, everything open. And to close this presentation, I just want to say that I just show an example of a community-driven solution, and I wanted to highlight this because we are facing challenges that I think cannot be solved exclusively by individuals. So I wanted to vindicate the collective efforts, but without ceasing to recognize people individually and their contributions to the community progress as a whole. So we would like to see you around in the ERGA community. I think together we can do cool stuff. And yeah, we can find each other in different spaces. Please save these links. And that's all for me. Thank you very much.